So काफी सारे लोग हैं. So many. So which is more comfortable, Hindi or English? हिंदी में बोलूँ या इंग्लिश में? हिंदी इंग्लिश जो भी बताओ. हिंदी कितना बोलना है? हिंदी बोथ. हिंदी इंग्लिश मिक्स बोलना. ठीक है. तो आज का जो टॉपिक है वो है फ्रेंडशिप एंड लव इन दिस harsh age. Almost all of us are youth. I am also, young, 26-year-old male body, and I think almost of all of us are around that age only, right? And mostly because that this is something that very much relates or relevant for us. We are young, we fall in love. That's what we do most of the times. पढ़ाई तो सेकेंडरी है, पहले ये दो चीज़ें बहुत ज़रूरी है. कॉलेज में मोस्टली हमने यही सब किया हुआ है. And this is what I also can relate to. So maybe let's see how it goes. Okay, so why? So friendship and love. This is not, substance. This is not, what do you call it? Gross object. It exists, but you cannot see. It's a feeling. It's a relationship actually. Friendship exists between two people. Even though it exists, you cannot see it. You can see it through the symptoms. For example, there are two objects, gravitational force is acting between them, or magnetic, or electric, or there's so many forces which do exist, but you cannot see them. And similarly, these are all subtle concepts. Subtle concepts which even, a topic which is not even very much discussed even in our modern education. कितने कॉलेजेस हैं या स्कूल यूनिवर्सिटीज़ हैं जो फ्रेंडशिप के बारे में सिखाते हैं कि हाँ यार ये कॉलेज जाऊँगा ना मैं, वहाँ पे कैसे अच्छे फ्रेंड्स बनाने हैं वो सिखा देते हैं मुझे. और कितने स्कूल कॉलेजेस हैं which train you in making long or everlasting love or good relationship. You have so many colleges, so many universities which talk about how to earn money. बचपन से अभी तक till what 21 साल में we graduate. So look at from the very beginning when you went to a school to you did all your primary education, and then you went for some competitive examination, some preparation for it. Then you went to a college. Some of us, like I'm an engineer, you could be a doctor, an actor. These are all professions, right? And we have spent 21 years of our life learning what? How to earn money. That's all. We have spent significant amount of our time learning how to earn money. And after we learn how to earn money, what we have done is we spend our conscious effort, time and energy in working for a company Monday to Saturday or Monday to Friday from 10 to 7. Rest of the time we sleep only, but then from 10 to 7, what we do is we work for a company, and what we do, what is the purpose? Oh, to have money. So the whole consciousness is centered around money, 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 and that is what takes most of our time and energy, but then we have never questioned, what is the use of money? Why are we earning money? So there is so much set up around us to understand or to help us train and and educate how to earn money. But then what is after that? Once you have money, what's after that? So earning money is just a part of our life. But then what we are most concerned with is living a good life. A life which is, which has, loving relationships between people. Like I'm not. Like, for example, I'm a married man. Then, I have a family. But if you see, once you become a family man, then you realize the importance of all these subtle qualities: friendship, love, care, nurture, and how to have good relationships, how to have good loving exchanges between husband and wife, or between friends, or between son and a father, between a household woman and the whole of the family. ये कहाँ सिखाते हैं? और ज़्यादा लोग सुसाइड करते हैं, क्यों करते हैं? So not because that they so these are all externals. Money helps you achieve a certain goal, and those certain goals are all these subtle qualities: friendship and love. Okay, so we'll dive deeper into this whole conversation and understand how important all these exchanges are, and this is what we are hankering after, and something that we don't get in this material world, and for that matter specifically in today's society. तो फ्रेंडशिप कितने सारे लोग like if you close your eyes and then think of a good friend, maybe think of a really good friend. Do you have somebody in your mind? यार ये मेरा अच्छा दोस्त है. सबके दिमाग में कोई ना कोई होगा, right? कितने हैं? Do you have 1, 2, 3 or like so many? I don't know, like मेरे दिमाग में तो बस एक या दो दोस्त आते हैं, 1 से 2 सबके दिमाग में, राइट? सो इतनी बड़ी दुनिया है और उसमें से मेरे दिमाग में सिर्फ 1 या 2 लोग ही आ रहे हैं, राइट? आइडियली अगर कोई गर्लफ्रेंड है किसी की तो वो तो एक होनी भी चाहिए. So if you बहुत ज़्यादा आ रहे हैं दिमाग में, then there's something really wrong. तो जो ये फ्रेंडशिप है, if you carefully observe, like definition फ्रेंडशिप की होती क्या है और डेफिनेशन की डेफिनेशन क्या होती है वो मैं पहले बता देता हूँ. तो डेफिनेशन की डेफिनेशन ये होती है कि आपने कभी हाथी, फॉर एग्जांपल हाथी कभी नहीं देखा है अपने लाइफ में, तो मैं हाथी की डेफिनेशन दूंगा आपको कि यार हाथी ऐसा होता है, ऐसा 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 ऐसा, और लाइफ में मैं पहली बार आपको हाथी दिखाऊं और वो डेफिनेशन अगर आपके पास हो और वो डेफिनेशन अगर आप पढ़ो और सामने आपको हाथी दिखे तो पता चल जाना चाहिए कि यार ये हाथी है. दैट्स व्हाट द डेफिनेशन ऑफ अ डेफिनेशन इज. ओके, तो फ्रेंडशिप की जो डेफिनेशन है वो बहुत बहुत सारी डेफिनेशंस हैं, बट जो हम जो डिस्कस कर सकते हैं वो है सिम्टम्स, राइट? कभी कभी अगर आपको बीमारी पता करनी होती है तो उसके लक्षण देख के आप बता सकते हो. जैसे मुझे अभी कफ है, तो कफ है उसके सिम्टम्स है, यार ये म्यूकस है, गले में खराश है, और हाँ वही वैसी आवाज़ आती है. तो ऑल दीज आर सिम्टम्स. सो जो फ्रेंडशिप है वो सिंपल है, मतलब इट इज़ नॉट समथिंग दैट वी ऑल कैन नॉट रिलेट टू. हम देखते हैं 2 लोग हैं अगर, और उनके बिहेवियर से हम बता देंगे यार ये बहुत अच्छे दोस्त हैं. सो व्हाट आर दोज सिम्टम्स ऑफ, सो लेट्स सी हम 2 दोस्त को देख रहे हैं तो उनके बीच में हंसी मजाक बहुत होगी. इक्वल्स होते हैं जनरली, ऐसा नहीं है कि वन इज वेरी सीनियर वन इज वेरी, जनरली इक्वल्स होते हैं. ठीक है. फिर खाते साथ में हैं, घूमते साथ में हैं, यार चलो यार एक गोवा ट्रिप हो आते हैं, या अगर हम अभी we all are here, so we plan for a spiritual trip, let's go to Vrindavan, or let's go to Rishikesh, or Rameshwaram, all these different spiritual places. Then we have really very not very intimate, but then कुछ secrets होते हैं जो सिर्फ दोस्त को मालूम होते हैं. So all these are symptoms of friendship, and then we see so many and then we have an understanding of it. And if I ask you for examples कि friendship के ऐसे examples आप बताओ, चलो spiritual, scriptures में कौन-कौन से, शास्त्रों में कौन-कौन से अच्छे examples हैं दोस्तों के, यार ये बहुत अच्छे दोस्त हैं. कृष्ण सुदामा, कृष्ण अर्जुन, और बस 2 ही एग्जाम्पल्स हैं. करण दुर्योधन, हाँ ठीक है, राइट. और कुछ आ रहा है?
हरिदास ठाकुर, नित्यानंद प्रभु,
देखिए एडवांस डिवोटी. सो
जगह बताई,
they are friends. Yes. Krishna Balaram, all the cowherd boyfriends of Lord Krishna, so many, Madhu Mangal, so all the it's very famous, right? And material world में चलो example बता लो कि यार ये दोस्ती की मिसाल है.
ललिता सखी, विशाखा सखी.
Yes, those are spiritual. Yes, सारे gopis में भी कितने सारे examples हैं, right? All the cowherd girlfriends of Vrindavan, even the elderly gopas, or so these are all examples. Material world में चलो बताओ, ये modern जो आप और हम जीवन जी रहे हैं, आसपास में उदाहरण दीजिए. ठीक है. ओके, जय वीरू, ठीक है. वो गाना कौन सा है?
ये दोस्ती हमने.
हाँ, सोले. ये दोस्ती हम नहीं तोड़ेंगे. हाँ, और कोई एग्जांपल? चलिए फिक्शनल ही सही. अच्छा, ठीक है. ओके. और जिससे इंस्पिरेशन लेते हो?
मोदी एंड योगी, पता है ना?
मोदी एंड योगी. अच्छा, ठीक है. So one is we have very few examples, and second, not very convincing. जैसे ही मैंने नरेंद्र मोदी और पुतिन का आपने कहा, I feel it's political friendship. कुछ there is some gain, involved, motive involved. Even for Yogi and Narendra Modi, I feel because he is somebody reporting to him, he is the superior. Narendra Modi must be his inspiration, So definitely not on an equal level, right? हाँ, मतलब उतना convincing लगता ही नहीं है. और so we don't have many. तो भैया हम inspiration किससे ले material world में? Nobody to take to inspiration, So therefore, French एक series है, कितने लोगों ने देखी है? हाँ? अच्छा, हाँ एक ये English series है, so, ऐसे करके सब फिक्शनल है, मतलब मूवीज में देखी है हमने, बट रियल वर्ल्ड में कोई एग्जाम्पल एग्जिस्ट नहीं करता. ओके, सो I give you a very there's so many examples in scriptures. जो भी आपने moral science में भी पढ़ा होगा ना, वो भी कहीं ना कहीं scriptures से ये examples लिए गए हैं. So friendship में there's so many qualities. जो true friend है, अलग अलग qualities होती हैं friendship की. एक होता है social friendship. आप जाते हो social gathering में, then you meet somebody and then you interact with them, right? And then you exchange some conversation, and that is mostly for social functions. You're not very much in touch with them यार कि हर दिन आप मिलके उससे बात करें. No, that's social. Social gathering में आप जाते हो and then you meet and then you discuss and talk. So that is social friendship. That there is a motive, to strike a conversation. Like for example, I go to an investor conference, and there you have all these investors. They'll talk to you like anything, as if they are your best friend. And like you are so confident कि भाई अब तो funding मिलके ही रहेगी. But then when you go out and then you call them up, you're like, oh, I'm pretty occupied, this and that. So that is mostly social gathering में. I went for a conference, to pitch an idea, of a startup, like last में जो जहाँ मैं काम कर रहा था, तो वहाँ पे I felt यार कि दुनिया में इतने अच्छे लोग मिलते ही नहीं है कहीं. There they speak to you so nicely, and if I am presenting my product to them, they're like, oh, I love it, this is an invention, of कभी हुआ ही नहीं था past में, and then we want to get your product. जब बाद में you call them up, they don't know you. So social friendship हो गया. फिर political friendships होते हैं, US इंडिया का friend है, एक समय के बाद US इंडिया का दुश्मन होगा, इंडिया पाकिस्तान का friend है, इंडिया पाकिस्तान का दुश्मन है. So these are all motive oriented friendships. But the best of all friendship is suhrida. This definition. So एक बंधु होते हैं, मित्र. These are all Sanskrit words for friendship of different kind. So there is mitra. Mitra is you do not have very deep relationship with that friend. Normal, like you go to office, you have friends, right? But are they your best friends? No. Just for exchanges, because you're there. भाई जाने के बाद पता नहीं एक ऑफिस छोड़ दिया, पता नहीं फिर दोबारा कब कॉल करते हो, बात करते हो. So they are not your true friends.
तो उनको तो ऐसे बोल सकते हैं सहकर्मी,
colleagues, वही हाँ, colleagues, associates, हाँ, allies, political terms में we call it allies, तो ally ऐसे करके अलग अलग term, accent में बोल सकते हैं. So भगवान कहते हैं, so जो सबसे टॉप मोस्ट फ्रेंडशिप का जो डेफिनेशन वो है सुहृद, your ever well wisher. In some friendship he's at the receiving end. Oh, I want something from you, and because you are able to provide me that, you are my friend. But suhrida is your ever well wisher. Even if you do not treat him well, he is your ever well wisher. He is always thinking for your benefit. He is at the giving end, not at the receiving end. I want to give. And in Bhagavad Gita, this very word is used by Lord Krishna, Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam. That Lord is seated in everyone's heart as your ever well wisher. He could have used, mitra or other words, but he used, or bandhu, he used Suhrida Sarva Bhutana. I'm seated in everyone's heart as a Paramatma, and I am your true, real, best friend. So there is no motive behind that kind of friendship. He's not expecting something in return. You know, he's not. यहाँ पे you know, we always expect some, you know, gain in any kind of relationship. कि यार मुझे भी तो कुछ मिलना चाहिए. तो ये भगवान, he is he is ever waiting. You know, the Lord is ever waiting. He always waits for you. हाँ, वो मैं बताऊंगा. So I'll give you like 3 very strong, you know, unique qualities of Lord Krishna. One of them is he is waiting for you since time immemorial. आप देखो, अगर हम दोनों दोस्त हैं और अगर बातचीत 1 महीने से नहीं हो तो आप भूल जाओगे. बट और कहोगे कि यार ये कॉल नहीं करता, मैं क्यों कॉल करूं. लेकिन भगवान हमेशा से प्रतीक्षा कर रहे हैं हमारी कि कब हम उनसे अपना संबंध दोबारा हम स्थापित करेंगे, कब हम उनकी ओर मुड़ेंगे. अभी हम हर जगह पे देख रहे हैं. यू नो, वी सीक फ्रेंडशिप, हमें चाहिए. दैट्स द वेरी, यू नो, नेसेसिटी ऑफ द सोल. यू नो, वी आर सीकिंग लव एंड फ्रेंडशिप, बट वी आर सीकिंग it at the wrong place. We have tried everywhere, we have tried everything, but then एक जगह पे हमने ट्राई नहीं किया है, वो है भगवान के साथ अपना संबंध स्थापित करना. So even though we have not turned our face towards him, he is not unhappy. He's waiting for you. He's ever, you know, he's just waiting for you for time immemorial. that यार ये कब मेरी ओर इंटरेस्ट दिखाए और कब मैं रेसिप्रोकेट करूं. He is always waiting for you, and then he is ever willing. अगर किसी दोस्ती में, किसी फ्रेंडशिप, जब भी कोई दोस्त होते हैं तो आपने कुछ बुरा कह दिया या बुरा कर दिया, या something you do which is not favorable, which your friend thinks, this is not good, I think I should better dissociate my friendship with him. Lord is not like that. Lord is ever willing, no matter how, you know, we have all been sinful. कितने हम पाप कर रहे हैं, कितनी चीजें हम ऐसी करें जो कि भगवान नहीं चाहते हम करें. You know, we do all kind of nonsense, but still Lord is willing to reciprocate as soon as we start. You know, we want, as soon as we start feeling that, oh, I want to establish my relationship with Lord, and then that is the very moment that Lord is like, okay, let's resume our relationship. Okay, so these are the qualities of an ever well-wisher. Srila Prabhupada, if you know, he's the founder Acharya of ISKCON, where we are sitting, in this very facility that we are using. It's because of his causeless, mercy. Initially, when Srila Prabhupada went to America, at the age of 70, not like, अभी सबको अमेरिका जाना पसंद है, right? But the devotees of the Lord, they're not after material sense pleasures. हम इसलिए अमेरिका जाना चाहते हैं because we want to enjoy, we want to enjoy better facilities, better culture, so-called better culture. So, but Prabhupada at the age of 70 went to America. 70 साल की उम्र में अकेले, he was, he rented a place, 26 2nd Avenue, the very first ISKCON temple in New York, and there he invited so many students to come for lectures, like you all have come here for spiritual discourses. So Prabhupada invited all these American youths, and what they used to do, they used to come, sit here, eat, leave their plates and go away. And Prabhupada, what he used to do? He used to cook for all of them. He used to serve all of them. And then, after they are done, he used to wash He used to clean the place, he used to wash the plates, everything, without any expectation. And everywhere when Sri Prabhupada writes a letter, he writes your ever well wisher. So ever well wisher matlab there is no expectation from the other side, and that is a true friend. And for me, during my college, in my first year, I was little. So I wanted to. So in engineering, what happens is you can get good grades in your first year, and then you can change your branch. So I was in aerospace department, and after one semester, I realized, यार aerospace नहीं करना है. So I want to change my branch. I want to take maybe mechanical or civil, but not aerospace. So I studied very hard. I gave all my, I did all of it. I did not go to clubs. Like in colleges, you have different clubs. You have all these big festivals like Mood Indigo, Tech Fest, and all of it. I did not go to all of those events. I did because that was after exams, but not very. Before that, I did not go to play football or cricket or swimming or guitar or this and that, because I wanted to score good marks. And then at the end of the semester, I could not. And the very first thing that I felt, यार ये दोस्तों ने धोखा दिया है. It's only because of these so-called good friends who betrayed me. They got good marks, all the while because maybe they were smart. And later, in IIT, there is a lingo that we use called there is a lingo that we use for people who very with a strong intention to disturb your studies. They'll study everything, and then they will come to your room telling you, hey, let's go, watch a movie, let's go play something. And I was like, oh, he is my good friend. I've been studying so much, and he give you reasons which you think, oh, good reasons. So those very friends made me decide that I should better come here. So I started looking out for a temple. Yeah, I want to go to a temple where I can find at least peace. And that's how I started coming to temple, So these friends, basically, you will only have one or two good friends, and which may not be there with you, at the present time. They may be, somewhere in some other city or village, but having a good association of a friend is something very, very important. The importance of having a good friend is unparalleled. Having a good friend can really shape your destiny. But not having one can really, bring frustration in your life. Just having one good friend. Okay. So in today's culture, there the kind of friends that we have, or we all want to make friends. So what is your criteria? I was good at studies in my college. So some people came to associate with me because I was intelligent. So you make friendship based on skills. This person, ये पढ़ने में बहुत अच्छा है. So let me be friends with him. He's good at studies. Okay, I want to be friends. Or he is very popular. Let me be friends with him. Or he is very handsome. So if I roam with him, I will also attract girls. So then maybe based on skills. So all the six opulences of the Lord, except renunciation, I feel 5 things is what we look for. Fame, wealth. He is very rich. Let me be friends with him. So based on motive, you know, and then achievements, you know. Oh, you know, he is you know, he has a very good job in some MNC, let me be friends with him. Or he's very you know, he scored or he is all India ranked this and this and this, let me be friends with him. Materially motivated. And you think this would last forever? I don't think so. And tell me honestly, how many real friends, you know, do you then find in you know, society around you? Very few.
Yeah, maximum 2-3.
Maximum 2-3, right? And therefore, one, right? So such a huge world, but very unfortunate situation. So yes, this world is you know, like the relationship that we make is materially motivated, not out of you know, natural interest of making a relationship. Everything around us is materially motivated, and I feel therefore, because we all have had that kind of experience, are we here, you know, to seek, you know, spiritual understanding of things, you know. And this is good in one sense, because if you think, oh, it's all happy in the material world, then you will try to adjust. You will try, okay, this is working nicely, so let me be happy. So we'll try all different sorts of ways to make adjustments, to make compromise. Okay, so this is about friendship, and you will find true friends when that is unmotivated by any material desire. Even if you're here, but then somebody sees you, oh, you know, he stays in Bandra, and ये इसका खुद का, you know, he owns a flat, or इसका खुद का है. So then you can खुद से, you know, you can identify it, you know, with that ill motivation. If he is trying to be friends with you, you try to avoid it. So you find more friends in places like this, you know, because here we have not come for material, you know, relationships. मुझे आपसे कुछ नहीं चाहिए. I'm here because I'm here to seek real knowledge. Okay. Now the next topic is love. So very interesting topic, you know. तो कितने लोगों को प्यार हुआ है, you know, like सबको हुआ है, और अलग अलग प्रकार के you know, love होते हैं. There is love in friendship also. There is so there, you know, in all the relationships there is a component of love. In all the relationships, component of love. But you know, in friendship there is love, but the highest, the topmost in this material and even in this spiritual world is conjugal love. You know, here it's not love. Everything that we see here in this material world is actually not everything that we see here in this material world is okay. I'll give you, in the spiritual world, what we have, you know, that reflection we find in the perverted reflection we find in the material world. So there is love in the spiritual world, and therefore we find love in this material world. But then it is perverted, contaminated. Friendship is there in the spiritual world, like Krishna and then his cowherd boyfriends, and therefore we have this tendency to make friends, you know. So all these rasas, you know, different mellows that is there in the spiritual world, do we find it here? But then it is perverted, it is contaminated. Therefore, though we seek friendship, but we do not get real friendship in this material world. So love also has symptoms, you know. अगर आप एक कपल को देखो, यू नो, इफ यू सी एक कपल देख रहे हो, वो पता चल जाता है कि यार ये दोनों प्यार है, यू नो, दे आर इन लव विद ईच अदर, राइट? सिम्टम से पता चल जाता है. So there are symptoms that we use to identify, okay, this love is in, you know, conjugal mode, you know, couples, and you know, we all are boys, so we naturally have attraction for you know, women, right? And we love to define it as love. We love to define it as love. Oh, ये तो प्यार है. प्यार कुछ नहीं है. किसी के बाल अच्छे लग गए तो किसी के गाल अच्छे लग गए, तो बस, that is all. That is infatuation. That is not love, right? That is not love. That is infatuation. So इसकी आदत कब लगती है? जब हम 9वीं या 10वीं कक्षा में होते हैं. तो भाई सब याद करते हैं कि यार वो स्कूल वाला, यू नो, प्यार तो यू नो रहेगा ही रहेगा. भाई कितने भी बड़े हो जाओ,
बचपन का प्यार.
सो लेकिन ये जो प्यार है, that is not, we actually do not know the definition of प्यार. You know, the close that we can get to the real meaning of love in this material world is parents, माँ और बच्चों का प्यार. यार ये डेफिनेशन ही हमें मालूम नहीं है लव की, and then we, you know, start naming it as love. But then definition of love is it has to be selfless, and it has to be for the other person, not for yourself. You love somebody does not mean that you want to get something from him. You're there to give everything of your own. That is selfless, you know, and there are so many different symptoms of true love. And the purest form of love is there in the spiritual world, and the best example that we have is of Radha Krishna, right? And unless we have the right understanding of love, it is better not to see or to hear or to discuss the pastimes of Radha Krishna, because then we will misjudge it, you know, because we have no understanding of what a true love is. Therefore, you know, in so many outsiders, what they, you know, how they discuss the pastimes of Radha Krishna is, oh, their boyfriend and girlfriend, or oh, you know, Krishna is having an extramarital affair with this lady, or he's living in a relationship, you know, live-in relationship, which is very common, you know, in today's culture. But that is not love, that is lust. That is lust, you know. And what is the very first quality of lust? It is
Insatiable.
insatiable, yes. And INSATIABLE, meaning which can never be fulfilled.
Love means त्याग, means राम सीता.
Yes,
जो सीता है राम के लिए वनवास चली गई,
yes,
वो रियल लव है.
yes,
जो जिंदगी में लव दिखाते हैं ना लड़का लड़की वो पैसे के लिए होते हैं, बट जो रियल लव होता है ना वो उससे पता चलता है.
exactly.
जब पूरे वक्त में जो साथ देता है ना वो लव होता है.
So that is, and there are so many, and then if we really want to understand about true love, then we should, okay, tell me spiritual examples of best couples.
महादेव और माँ पार्वती.
ठीक है, राधा कृष्ण और
नारायण लक्ष्मण.
हाँ सीताराम, हाँ
जागृति,
हाँ Yes, Nal Damayanti, and there's so many examples. Your head is filled with examples. अब बताओ है ऐसे हाँ okay Usha and Anirudh and Shiv and Parvati yes
Sudama and Sudama, right?
Yes. All the relationship that is there in the spiritual world is a perfect example of true love. And the best of all is Radha Krishna. So, and in the material world, है सुनी हमने stories. हाँ, Romeo Juliet. सारी scripted है. Okay. True. जोधा अकबर. शाहजहां मुमताज. Last example, yes. Raj and Simran. Yes, like Jai Viru ki हमने example, like we gave example of Jai Viru, no? Yes. So these reels, you know, and do we really take inspiration from these stories? Have we ever like, okay, you know, I want to be in love, and then you take example from these stories? No, it never get inspired, you know. But when you hear the story of Ram and Sita, you know, your heart will melt, you know. And Radha Krishna, if you hear, you know, sorry, yes. But then in the material world you have no examples, right? And the whole material world around us is centered around lust. It's only meant to, what do you call it, fanning the fire, you know. It makes your life generally more miserable. Okay, now why are we seeking that we have already discussed, but yes.
जैसे अभी आपने बताया कि राम एंड सीता इज अ वेरी गुड both are in love.
Both are?
In love.
Yes.
But how? मैंने एक कथा सुनी है उसमें कि वो जब भी वनवास जा रहे थे तभी सीता जी ने सामने से बताया था कि आई एम ऑल्सो कम विथ यू. वो अगर जाना नहीं चाहती थी तो नहीं जा सकती थी. इतने बड़े राजा की लड़की थी.
Yes.
जनक राजा इज नॉट द
True, she was a, you know, queen, you know. Then she could have had a very, you know, opulent life, but she chose not to. She rejected everything just to be with Lord Ramachandra. And that is, and there's so many stories. But then we are looking for these relationships in our life also. We all are seeking, you know, these exchanges in our life. कौन नहीं चाहता कि यार मेरे friends now. We all want to make friends, right? We all want to be loved by somebody else. But the problem with this material world is that we ascribe a material qualification needed to obtain these loving exchanges. मुझे लगता है यार कोई मुझे प्यार, I want to be loved. मैं चाहता हूँ कि मेरे माता पिता मुझे प्यार करे, you know, मेरे दोस्त मुझसे बात करे, and all of these things we want to have in our life. But the problem is कि वो हमें लगता है वो एक material achievement से आएगा. मेरे पेरेंट्स मुझे प्यार तभी करेंगे जब मैं IIT में अच्छा स्कोर करूंगा. जब मेरा IIT में सिलेक्शन हो जाएगा तो मेरे पेरेंट्स मुझे प्यार करेंगे, क्योंकि नहीं होगा तो फिर प्यार थोड़ी करेंगे, बिकॉज देन दे वुड बी लाइक, ओ यू आर अ फेलियर, you know, you are stupid, you are dumb, and this and that. No, they will not. You know, जो, क्योंकि हमने देखा है ऐसा, हमने देखा है कि यार ये देख इसका ना, इसकी ये जॉब लग गई है, देखो इसके पेरेंट्स कितना प्यार कर रहे हैं, you know.
जिंदगी में ना सब कुछ चीजें लोग मांगते हैं, वाइफ हो, भाई हो, कोई भी हो, सिर्फ माँ बाप ऐसी चीजें हैं ना जो अपने वाला से कुछ मांगती
नहीं मांगते, लेकिन that's an ideal relationship. That is real love. But the problem is, हमने सबके लिए पढ़ाई की यार, लेकिन पेरेंट्स बनने के लिए पढ़ाई की है क्या अभी तक? What is the real meaning of a true mother or a father? आजकल बच्चे को ना वो स्ट्रॉलर में लेके जाते हैं, राइट, और बच्चे को ना हम केयर टेकर के पास, नैनी के पास छोड़ के जाते हैं, और पिता क्या है ना, संडे को एक्स्ट्रा काम करेगा कि एक्स्ट्रा पैसे आएंगे, ठीक है, और माँ, बिकॉज अदरवाइज यू आर मोर लाइक अ स्लेव, राइट. भाई लाइफ में, करियर में कुछ कर ही नहीं पाऊंगी, ये बच्चे हो गए हैं और ये बच्चे मेरा करियर खा जाएंगे. सो उसको डे केयर में देते हैं. आई हैव सो मेनी एग्जांपल्स, यू नो. इज दैट यू नो द रियल parenthood? So and then we want our children to succeed in life, not because they will be happy, it's because our ego will be satisfied. जब भी and things changes over time, like कितने लोग के रिलेशनशिप पेरेंट्स के साथ होते हैं अच्छे नहीं हैं? सबके हैं, राइट, कहीं ना कहीं हिला हुआ है.
But time is changing. There are many girls who don't want to marry and want to give the birth to child. They don't want to take a risk for
Yes.
body and physical.
True. So ये एजुकेशन की जरूरत है, right? This very education is needed. So in essence, because I don't have much time now, so in essence, in the material world, we have a conception that we can only get love and we can only have friends when we have material skills and achievements in our life, and therefore we are striving to get these things in our life. Our real purpose in life is that we want to be loved. या कोई मुझे प्यार करे, you know, I want to be loved, I want to be, you know, I want to have friends around me, but then yes, there is a cost. We think for us to achieve that love, you know, तो उसके लिए हम फिर, you know, we try to do good things, you know, we try to achieve material things so that we can be loved. But for Krishna, he loves you as you are. He loves you as you are. He does not, you know, he will not say, oh, you're ugly, I don't love you. But a girl may say you, oh, you know, you don't look good, I don't love you. But Krishna, Lord Krishna will never say this. He accepts you as who you are. You know, he will not say, oh, you're poor, you know, you have no money, I don't love you. In material world, you know, ऐसे करके, or you do not have a good job, you know, or you know, you have not studied from good college, or you're not famous. No, there is no criteria that Lord puts for you. He accepts you unconditionally. And the problem in material love and spiritual love, यार ये लड़की है तो आप इससे प्यार करते हो, ये उससे प्यार करती है, और वो किसी और से प्यार करता है, और फिर उस लड़की के मल्टीपल पार्टनर्स हैं, you know, and then everything is, you know, pretty messed up. But our relationship with Krishna, there is no competition. Krishna can love you and you and you and you, all of us. So there is no, sorted. In the material world, everything is limited, but in spiritual world, unlimited. So we all can have an individual relationship with Lord Krishna. We can be, we can make him as our friend. We can make him, we can be, have a loving relationship with him. We can have, all of us can have it. And that is the beauty of, establishing our relationship with Lord Krishna. That there is no shortage, there is no competition. And just to give you this, I'll end with this example. The concept of limited resources. In the material world, if you look at IIT, कितने लोग एग्जाम देते हैं? 15 lakhs, around 15 lakhs. कितने लोगों का सिलेक्शन होता है? What is the percentage? Less than 1%? Less than 1%? 14,90,000 students feels as if I'm a failure in life, right? क्योंकि होगा तो 10,000 लोगों का ही, 14,90,000 लोग ये सोचते हैं कि यार मैं फेल हो गया लाइफ में. Same exists for medicals, same exists for other competitive examinations. Selection कम का होता है, rejection ज़्यादा लोगों का होता है. So this is how limited the resources are in this material world. And then all of us might have given some sort of exam or other, some interview, so we all feel like a failure in material world. Not anyone can raise his hand, I'm like, oh, I've been all successful in my life. No. But in spiritual life, everything is unlimited. It is not like, oh, if I become a devotee, then yeah, इसको ये नहीं बन पाएगा क्योंकि 1000 लोग ही बन सकते हैं devotee. No. It's everything in the spiritual world is unlimited, and that's the very beauty of having a spiritual life than living a materially motivated life. So I will end here, 7:30. Okay. So thank you.
Is there any difference between love and friendship in the spiritual world?
Love and friendship. So, love is very broad. There are 5 different types of rasha, mellows in the spiritual world. In conjugal love is, for example, Radha Krishna. There is love, and that amount of love is supermost, is topmost. Then you have Sakhya, friendship, Krishna and his cowherd boyfriends, all these gopas, इनके जो अलग-अलग, Subal, Madhumangal, श्रीधाम, सॉरी. तो यहाँ पे भी लव है, ठीक है. इन वात्सल्य, मदर यशोदा एंड कृष्ण, वहाँ पे भी वात्सल्य भाव में प्रेम है. प्रेम हर जगह पे है. Yes, that's the very foundation of spiritual life. Yes.